Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I will explain about the 3-minute thesis presentation and how to make it. So these are the points that I would discuss, but before moving towards these points, I just want to discuss that what is a 3MT or what is a 3-minute thesis presentation. That is your thesis in 3 minutes. It means you have to present your whole research by using just one slide and within the time limit of only 3 minutes. So that is a kind of a competition held at universities that challenges graduates to present their research to general audience in just 3 minutes. And recently I have also seen that there are some conference organizers who also give this option to their presenters that they could make a 3-minute thesis presentation and they could present their research work to the audience. So I thought this important to discuss this with you, that some general ideas about the 3-minute thesis presentation and some tips for presenting it and on making it. So firstly, I would start by discussing about the slide. That what should your slide include, since that is only single slide, and in that single slide you have to present your whole research. So what you could do, you could leave white spaces or the light space as the background of your slide. You could use colors that work well on the screen. Try not to overcrowd your slide. Be creative in making your slide and make sure that your slide is legible, clear and concise. You could also make use of images and figures and graphics that help convey your ideas and important information. Make your slides in a way that help you explain the significance of your work. For that, you could make use of illustrations and diagrams. In terms of content, only include relevant content that you actually refer to in your presentation. Don't rely on your slide to convey your message. Rather, your slide should complement your message and your presentation. You could also add personal touches that can allow your audience to understand the impact of your research. So these are some points about the slide. Now about your presentation. When you are presenting, you have to think about your slide, but you are not going to look at your slide. Rather, you have to face the audience. Show your passion. Be passionate about your work. And you could show your passion through your body language and paralanguage. So begin with an enthusiastic introduction. In the body of your paper, you have to present, in the body of your presentation, you have to present your research. So you have to provide the background or the context of your research. You should keep the message simple and you should tell the significance of your research for society. That's why you should use examples that the audience will relate to. You could show your enthusiasm and passion by using a good body language. For that matter, when you are presenting, try to stand straight and confident. You should have an upright posture. You should neither try to over gesticulate nor be stiff. Hold your head up and make an eye contact with the people. Never turn your back to the audience, and practice using good gestures, hand movements, and you could also move around the stage energetically if that is your personality. But ideally, or I would say that it is more appropriate for a 3-minute thesis presentation that it should be delivered from a single spot on the stage, since there is the time limitation. So you could not afford that, but ideally you could stand and deliver it from a single spot. But if that's your personality, you may also move around the stage and you may present. In terms of tones of voice or the paralanguage, you should or you could show enthusiasm and you may catch the audience interest with a good intonation. So make use of a proper intonation and speak clearly. Do not rush and pause at the key points. While concluding, return to your introduction to close your talk. And on a high note, thank the audience and remember to keep it under 3 minutes. Because the presentation length says that no more than 3 minutes. What you could do as your presentation approaches the end of the 3 minutes, the audience may be more focused on watching the countdown clock. So always try to finish your presentation at the 2 minutes 50-second point to keep everyone's nerves at bay. So for that you need to practice a lot to keep your presentation under 3 minutes. So here I would also refer to some general mistakes that the experts point out, that the presenters usually make in their 3-minute thesis presentation. What are these 3 mistakes? Number 1, most of the time this happens that the researcher fail to connect the research with a bigger picture. They fail to engage the audience, or they fail to make their visual component engaging, because these are the things that you could do in the time limitation of only 3 minutes, and you could be a successful individual, a successful presenter. So because your slide, there's just one slide, no animations, no transitions are allowed. So what you could do, you could choose simple fonts, you could put in the images, illustrations, pictures on that slide, or you could just put one impactful image on the slide, or maybe some metaphor that is quite relevant to your research. So try to avoid these 3 mistakes. And here there are some points that you need to keep in mind while you are presenting, or while you are preparing for your 3-minute thesis presentation. It should include your introduction, and are you clear or explicit about your message, and what kind of sentences or what kind of language structure are you using to convey your ideas, and in terms of vocabulary, is that understandable for the audience? Because you have to keep in mind that you have to present in front of the general audience or a layman, or did you use the signposts that guide the audience through your talk? Did you support what you say with examples, and did you face the audience and made an eye contact, and did you speak fluently without making hesitation sounds, and what kind of a pace did you have? Was that were the audience able to follow you, and did you thank the audience for listening, and at the end did you appear prepared? I hope that was interesting for you, and that's all for today. Thank you.